What it do, world? Once again, we are back. We are back. We are back. My name is Handsome Samson Dos Equis, Leonardo DiCaprio Pro, Handsome Samson. It's a lot of names. Just call me Pro. And this is the XX Files, where we live life, do dope things, and preserve culture in a very luxurious way. Welcome back. Should I do the round of applause? Of course. Give yourselves a round of applause again. And I got the brethren D in the background. D, you been killing these
Yeah,
episodes,
what's
fam.
happening? What's happening?
Yeah,
Appreciate that. Appreciate
yeah,
that,
yeah,
man.
yeah, family. So, with that being said, y'all, the first question, or the first topic, when did you realize that you were the problem? Ah. That's a very solid topic, and I want to answer that personally. I felt like I realized I was the problem, maybe like in my early 20s. And when I say I was a problem, I'm not just speaking on just relationships. I'm not just speaking on random things that happen in life. I'm talking about like where I was in life. I'm very accountable for situations, or very accountable for like stipulations that I put in my life, or just where I'm at in my life. It's all on me. It's all my fault. Like the good or bad, the thank God for all the blessings, but I'm very very accountable for those situations because I just don't want any of my successes or anything that I work for to be fined by somebody else as if it was given to me. So I realized, everything was kind of on me, or everything is on my fault, good or bad, kind of then when I chose to like live a truly accountable life. I mean, D, how you feel, bro? Like, when did you realize, that for you?
Man, I got when you had first said it, a couple of things popped up into my head. So the first time I realized I was a problem in a relationship was like me and Shorty had stopped talking, and whenever you initially stop talking to a Shorty, you go to your homeboys, and they was like, yeah, nah, boy, you kind of fumbled the sack on that joint.
Mm-hmm.
Now you got to sit there with the egg on your face,
Mm-hmm.
and then like professionally, I realized I was the problem as an artist when I bumped into people who had less of a following than I had, but they were doing more throughout the city in the music scene than I was.
Yeah.
Because I thought that what I'm saying, you gotta have the social media clout
Mm-hmm.
to like move
They do
around,
anything for clout.
but you just like there are people out there who genuinely like just support art and good artists, and
Mm-hmm.
you just gotta find their tribe. So like those are like just like my jumps, but it come from just like time, you know what I'm saying, and self awareness for real, because there's a lot of people out there who have the same thought processes and
Facts.
stuff that we probably have, but they don't realize that they the reason why the circumstances are the way that they are.
That's true. I feel like a lot of people, instead of like doing like that deep research, a lot of people choose to hate. They choose to be competitive. Oh, it's not me. It's not you. It's me. Or it's not you. It's not me. It's you. And that should be so bitch made to me. Like for real, for real. Like, um, it's just I have surrounded myself with like sharks and
Mm-hmm.
lions, so it's hard for me not to live an accountable life or to be accountable for any situation, so good or bad, I not own up to them. Even in relationships, like in mine, I take mine extremely serious, but even outside of that, it's just a sense of accountability that I need from my partner at all
For
times.
sure, for sure.
And that's a tough pill to swallow, and a lot of people can't like shut down their egos, especially when both of y'all are vulnerable with each other.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like a lot of that really stems from ego, when people don't even want to realize like it's their fault. It's like their ego can't accept like, no, couldn't be me. No, my
Yeah,
nigga, it probably is you. Like for real, for real.
pride be going crazy.
Pride going insane, man. And I just feel like, well, what did it for me? I always say like, what did it for me was my adventures at Bonnaroo and my adventures in Acid Land. It definitely, I had a very big ego death where I had to kind of just look myself in the mirror, and I kind of realized it didn't matter. And not only that, it's just living life and going through just different trials and tribulations, just trying to figure stuff out. Like life gets a lot more simpler when you just like realize that nobody's gonna come and save you, and nobody's coming here to help you. You might have your tribe around you, but at the end of the day, like you're responsible for what happens in your life. And once you really take the actions, and not just say that just because it sounds cool and surface value, once you actually start adapting yourself and putting the work to that, it's like, man, you could face like saying it's my fault because your wins are on you, your losses are on you, but I guess you're responsible for that. And I feel like that kind of that helps out in relationships. That helps out like with personal life, and just I mean everything you trying to attach to. My thoughts, man.
Yeah, no. You might need to take some acid if you ain't, you know what I'm
Hey, man,
saying.
telling you, I said, be ready for ego death though. Like, you know,
boy. I had a terrible trip. Went to therapy immediately after. I was like, yeah, gotta go get some help.
I respect it. I think I did acid a few times. I ain't gonna talk about my first time. I'll talk about the second time. I said we'll work into that story. But the second time I did it, I think I was at the crib with my homies, and they was like, "Man, you got some acid." My homie dropped some off, and I just wanted to see, like, yo, I remember what happened the first time, and my silly ass, like, sometimes you forget when you do stuff like that, like, bro. It's not like a weed. You're not getting a high. It's like, bro, you're literally going on a journey. So I hope you be ready for that. So, oh yeah, I remember going on the trip, and in the midst of my trip, I'm maybe 2.5 like tabs in. I said, man, let's watch Dragon Ball Z, the Gohan Cell Saga. Listen to me, y'all. As I'm watching this, like my brain is warped. I can literally like sense their power levels like going up whenever like, oh, his power levels are high, and like you see the sweat beading off him. Fam, that was me, and I was terrified. Like I was like, bro, I could feel how powerful Cell is, and it scared me. Like right before Gohan turned Super Saiyan 2, I said, cut it off, because I felt like my heart was finna explode. Like it was like, bro, this is terrifying. And it made me realize, okay, like when people take these junts and they feel like they're in a whole new vortex, a whole new world opens up. It's true. It's true. But listen to me, like you stoners and you heathens, like, yo, it's literally a trip. It's a journey. It's not a high. It's not on vibe. And I hope you ready what's on the other side. And if you have anything that's mentally bothering you or something that's been sitting on your spirit deep inside, trust me, it's gonna come out and you don't know how you're gonna react. So all my people, that I guess that really defined me, and my ego definitely did a 360, definitely did a 180. My apologies, but it changed me for the good. Yeah.
Oh yeah, nah, man.
What Debbie said,
drive safely.
Drive safely or don't drive. Oh yeah, make sure you have a gatekeeper. I always say your gatekeeper is your person that even if you went crazy, if you feel like this is my person that can co-control my sanity, and you need them to be sober, somebody that you can call, be like, everything's going crazy, that you trust. Have yourself a gatekeeper. Also, I'm not telling y'all, I'm not condoning doing any of these things at all. But if it does happen, y'all, please be safe and be careful.
You gotta hit him with the disclaimer.
Yes, please.
The thoughts and opinions of Pro are solely pros in the XX Files podcast.
Exactly, solely my thoughts. I said I'm not advocating for that at all. I just lived a different type of life. So, next topic. This is gonna be a real good one. Why do y'all / we? Why do we love dysfunction so much? Why do we love dysfunction? And I'm trying to like. I don't want to act like I'm holier than thou, because maybe I do like appreciate a little bit of dysfunction, maybe just a little bit. But you know, I'm like, I say maybe I like dysfunction rooted in drama, rooted in like TV. Y'all know I love wrestling, so I can't say I don't love drama. I can't say I don't love, you know, a good squabble and a good storyline that builds up to a squabble. But as far as like dysfunction, like I walk a thin line. Like I don't want no, like if I use relationships for example, like. I don't like dysfunction in relationships just because it sounds cool or just because you bored. That be the biggest bullshit to me when I see people conduct themselves in ways just because they don't want to feel some drama in their life, or it's like people just want to connect to like sad songs. They want to feel bad. They like think they want to feel good, but they just want a reason just to play their sad song and be in their feels and make an Instagram, TikTok post about being sad, or it's just like, come on, man. Like what is we really doing? And that's one thing that I just refuse to like, you know, fully feed into. But this dysfunction just doesn't feed my soul. And after like, I feel like you get over that initial chaotic high, you be bored, bruh. You be bored and feeling like, what the fuck am I doing, man? Dog, why? What's your thoughts on dysfunction, bro?
To be honest, bro, I feel like dysfunction in and of itself is like a staple of just like the black experience in general.
Wow.
Because we are a people who were made off of, like, we bond off of trauma.
White folks love dysfunction too. Like certain white folks love dysfunction too. I said, man, don't ever forget. Rest in peace to Jerry. Like Jerry had the TV on fire. Then Steve. Then Maury. Oh, well, Maury kind of took advantage of our culture. But I love the Mario. You know what I'm saying? I love them episodes too.
Yeah, no, bro. Like
Chris
like,
Hansen, man, white folks love dysfunction like a mug.
It's entertaining to people that are on the outside looking in.
Yeah.
And dysfunction is a type of trauma, and there are so many different people who bond off of just like a shared mutual experience of going through some BS or something like that.
That's true. That's the only time I feel like trauma bonding can like be acceptable, but I feel like, man, don't lean on that shit. People be weird. People try to trauma bond and try to get down on somebody. Like that's weird, just weird shit. Like
baby, your mama died, my mama died too. Yeah.
So let's be friends. That's it. Let's console each other. You know what I'm saying?
What the fuck do you got going on?
Yeah, like bro, like I'm so like against like that's on the same level like of like to me of like you taking advantage of you see the drunk girl at the party, now you trying to holler. Like, bro, stop, man. Like, man, you see, like, she vulnerable right now. Chill out. And I don't understand what I do. I just don't understand why it's still like a thing. Like, I get it, you know, everybody has their vibe and they might have like their dysfunctional era, like to where I'm into this, but it's just like there's certain times where I'm just like, all right, like I said in my prior episodes that now we the OGs, how we got a barbecue, like. When do you like take that step up and be like, all right, like this dysfunctional shit, I gotta kind of be an example, or just at least not be such a wild ass motherfucker to kind of like just operate in dysfunction in relationships, in life, and just business itself. It's just, as a person who looks at life with the glass half full, that shit does not work and does not benefit. And I just want my people, my homies, just to want better for themselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah, nah, bro. Everybody want peace until peace actually comes.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, nah, like.
Ooh, I'm gonna tell you something. I say shout out to my dog Murph, because like this topic is really cool because I was telling him like at this chapter in my life right now, it's a lot more peaceful. But I was like, Murph, I'm so bored. I'm really bored right now. And he was like, well, you know, like chaos is fun, but peace is boring. Like people don't tell you that. Like peace is boring. Peace is very boring. You don't have any, and especially once you're addicted to like all that chaos or just always having something moving, it's hard to kind of wean yourself off of that. And I'm in that same boat to where I'm adjusting to where it's like, yo, I have to operate in peace, even if it's boring, and just, you know, find other elements of whatever fun is. But like that chaotic shit is just not sustainable, especially if you're trying to keep building. You know?
Yeah, nah, bro. You're an entertainer, bro. Like you have a chaotic enough life just doing day-to-day shit.
He's not lying.
I don't need no extra chaos in the midst of all of that. And I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to get $1 million by next Friday.
That's true. Because the chaos is going to come. I said, there's no way. I feel like being successful and being an entertainer, there's no way that Pro, Handsome Samson, luxurious one Dos Equis, I am not going to escape any type of chaos. Like, it's going to be on the way. But I can do my due diligence to make sure I'm not doing nothing to make it any worse. So I appreciate the peace before they bring it to pieces, man.
That's a bar.
Yeah. Hey, hopefully y'all cash it out. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all give y'all thoughts. Like, why do y'all feel like, you know, people love dysfunction? You know, like leave a comment. Like, subscribe, and also, you know, like as this podcast is growing, subscribe, man. Tell your homies, tell your friends, like it's gonna be weekly. This is the XX Files, so make sure y'all keep growing with us, man. So leave comments and tell all your peoples. Yeah, subscribe, like I said. Next conversation. All right, guys. So one of my favorite parts of the XX Files. This is the conspiracy of the week. So, D, the conspiracy of the week, family. Did we get soft? Or did we start healing? Now, as a society, how everything is a lot more, you know, cautious. Everything is a lot more friendly. Be careful. PC. Be careful what you say so you don't get canceled. And it's a thin line to where it's, do you feel like us as a society have gone soft? Or have we started healing from our past traumas, and maybe we're just in a like new type light to where like this is how things go and people are being more open, but it's a slippery motherfucking slope even like speaking like that. So let me get your thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you feel like we getting soft or are we healing, D?
I feel like it's 50-50. So like there are some people who have just like gotten soft over time. I say like just how certain things are handled in the immediate escalation to certain things. Like I feel like street niggas done got soft because I used to box, like I used to fight, and now like the first thing somebody gonna do is like shoot,
air the shit
like,
out.
and like that's something different entirely. But like on like a different thing like parenting, like there's a certain level of trauma that comes with a certain level of physical discipline as a parent.
Yeah.
So like you can't really say that that person has gone soft if they're trying to find an alternative method because and if I don't want to beat my kids, I ain't gotta
True.
beat my kids.
And I do wonder about that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, am I gonna whoop my kids? I say, I really don't know. No. And I said, I will, like, you know, definitely be a disciplinary as far as just like making sure my household is held down. But I definitely feel like, you know, communicating is easier. But shit, it's easier. I ain't got no kids, so I'm not even. I can't even speak on that, bro. Y'all got kids. It's not even my space to like. That's it. That's parent business. And so when I cross that bridge when I get there, it's me and my dogs. I make sure my dogs are good. I punish my dogs if they getting in the trash. I don't beat my dogs. So I'm not about to treat my dogs like my kids. I don't got kids, y'all. So hey, that's just not my expertise there. But do I feel as though we've gone like soft as a society? Sometimes I do. Sometimes I really do. I just feel as though comedians like don't have like the safe space to like say what they want to.
Everybody got Twitter fingers now.
Yeah, I can't even watch the like movies. Same movies I watched as a kid. I can't even like watch without like, oh, man, this don't make sense. I think I was watching Problem Child. Man, none of that stuff could happen. None of it. Like, and if y'all seen Problem Child 1 and 2, like, y'all see what I mean. And I go back to like old movies I watched as a kid. I'm like, man, none of this can slide. I think even in like they rechanged like in the Lilo and Stitch cartoon movie. Like there was a scene.
She was in the stove.
Yeah. They switched that. Like she was in a washing machine, and then they changed it to like a bread box or some shit like that.
Something like that, like random. It was like,
Yep. And it's a lot of stuff that's changed. Like I'll say, and Lion King, I remember it was a scene where Timon said like before it was a scene where Timon was about to like, you know, try to distract the hyenas, and it says, "Can somebody help us out?" And Timon said like, "What you want me to do? Like dress and drag and do the hula?" Like I remember that as a kid because I remember the cadence. Dun 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 dun. I just watched Lion King now. Like that scene is completely gone. Like the scene where he's doing the distracting, but like that line is completely gone. But I was like, dang, like, oh wow, I didn't even notice that as a kid. Like, and I just feel it's just like, even going, like I say comedy, because there was a line that Dave Chappelle said. He was like, man, please keep comedy sacred because like that's the last vanguard of honesty. Because once you can't stop being honest on stage, niggas gonna start killing each other. And hey, it's been happening left and right. So that's why I just feel like, you know, in that capacity, like we've gone soft where people can't say things without people getting extra sensitive. And I just feel like, you know, it's BS at times, or sometimes it's accurate, but sometimes the shit is weaponized like everything else out here. So
yeah, bro. I grew up on Def Comedy Jam, Comic View, you know, and so like.
Man, I grew up being a Memphis nigga roasting the shit out you, like walking up the street on your worst day. Damn, your girl left you. Sad ass nigga, lame ass nigga, ugly ass nigga. I said that shit. It built me up. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying it's character building. I feel like if more people had character building, we wouldn't have like such a society where everybody's just like, I don't know how I feel about that. I feel sensitive about that. Bruh, I've been sensitive about so much shit in my life. You know what I had to do? Deal with it, grow up, like, you know, figure out ways of coping, because that's what life is, and it don't get easier. And if you can't deal with these issues, trust me, life gonna get harder. Stop pacifying folks. And at least that's how I was raised, and that's how I was brought up, and that's how I see stuff right now, you know?
Hey, no, for sure, bro. I personally just, I think that we need to get to like a happy medium, because especially going back to the comedy piece, there is a big difference between saying something in jest and then saying something to be detrimental to a particular person or being.
Very much so.
Like, if I'm joking about my personal experience, I'm joking about this in jest. Like, if I say something that's offensive to your culture, my bad. But you're going to have to...
You gonna let me get my personal experience off, man.
Yeah. You ain't got to try to take a nigga stand-up career either. You know what I'm saying?
And just people weaponize shit when... People weaponize shit when they feel like it. When they feel like it, man. I don't ever operate just off my feelings because that's how wars get started. Like I always go logic first. It's a time and place to let your feelings, cachet. But most times, like, nah, man. Like, I try to figure out other ways. But yeah, if I had to pick either or and not like be in the middle lane, like, have we gone soft or are we healing? Man, healing is cool, but now we definitely gone soft, man. Like, it's for sure, for sure.
But the same way that peace is boring, healing is soft. Like
Mm.
you're not gonna be the most aware nigga and still be the most hard body nigga walking. Like
That's true. Well, agreed in the aspect. I feel like healing can be hard though too. Like going through the process. And
yeah,
like no, but I understand exactly what you're saying. Like it's healing as soft as like vulnerable.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I super respect that. I feel like the process of to go through healing is very tough. If it's coming from like a sincere place, that's the only thing I gotta say in that regard as far as healing, because I do feel like healing is needed in society. But as long as it comes from a place of real healing and it's not being used as a crutch,
Right.
That's just my only take off from that. And what I see with my own two eyes, I just feel like like a lot of things in life, I see what could be a good thing is more used for bad than for good.
Right.
So that's just where I'm at with that, man. That's the conspiracy of the week, y'all. Once again, like, leave y'all thoughts. Definitely let us know what you're thinking about that.
Yeah, no, for sure. We definitely need to get some discourse going on.
Yeah, for sure, because that's a conversation that can definitely go left and right. All right, so this last part, we're gonna switch it up a little bit. We're just gonna ask rapid fire questions, and like for this one, D, like me and you, I try not to look at the questions at all, so I want no thoughts. So it's just like rapid fire questions. So like we'll give like quick responses. It's 5 questions, and I'm gonna give my response, and you give yours, and we're gonna go through these questions. With that being said, D, we're gonna go to the next topic, bruh. This is the rapid fire questions. Don't think about your responses too much. We're gonna go straight into it. So for the first question, you meet your soulmate, but they don't believe in deodorant. You staying or ghosting?
No.
Okay, you ghosting. I ain't gonna lie, I agree. I'm ghosting mine because my soulmate has to believe in deodorant to be my soulmate. Next question: should broke people be allowed to date?
Yeah, for sure.
I agree. Broke people should be allowed to date. Being broke does not is not like a disposition on your life. If y'all love each other, y'all can make it work. Would you trade talent for $10 million right now?
Nah, music make me happy. Money don't.
Same less. Like, that's not a fulfilling life. Somebody can give you $10 million, but if you aren't living it like a self-fulfilled life, you're just gonna be a dude with a lot of money. That's sad as I don't know what. Sad as hell. Does the music industry low key hate Memphis?
They don't like the artist, but they love the sound.
Okay, man, I ain't gonna lie. I think they love Memphis, or maybe they love the money that the violence that some Memphis music creates, and they will perpetuate that. That's how I feel. Is white validation still a thing for Black creatives?
I don't feel like I need white validation.
Never did, because they love this black skin. They love all this blackness. Hey, bro, they love hip hop. That's how I feel. With that being said, man, I just want to say thank y'all for tuning in for another episode. Make sure, like, hey, any opportunity in life, you push it to the limit. I love y'all. I will see y'all next week. This is episode 3. Stay luxurious. Peace out.